Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for our May practice. I have a nice short little practice for us today. If you'd like to use any, oh, and here comes Fritz. Hi Bubba's. Oh, and there's a dirty Sam. He's been rolling around in the dirt, so he's very dusty. If you'd like to grab any props, a few that might come in handy would be blankets, yoga blocks, maybe a bolster, and that'll be about it. If you don't have any of those items, don't worry, you don't necessarily need them, but if you'd like to use them, then hit pause, grab them, and I will meet you on the mat. So today we're going to start in a comfortable cross-legged seat. If you'd like to sit up on something, then you can use a yoga blanket or any blanket or towel or whatever, or a bolster, or you could just use a pillow. And again, if you don't have any of that, perfectly fine. We're going to take a moment just to come down to the ground, find your comfortable seating, and we're going to take a moment here just to pause before we start our practice. We'll let everyone get settled. Sam's on his mat. And he's going to chew on that and be really loud. We're going to take a moment here just to decompress. If you'd like to set an intention, you can. If it feels safe, you can close down the eyes. But take nice, long, big inhales and exhales for just a few moments here. When you exhale, try to extend that breath longer than the inhales, just to make sure you're getting out all of that old stale air. Let's take one more big inhale together. And go ahead and exhale, let it go. All right, if you're not fighting off a dog, then go ahead and come to all fours. We're going to come into a nice tabletop position. So knees underneath your hip points, hands directly under your shoulders. Keep your back nice and straight. Look forward, or actually just look down, neck in line with the spine. And we're going to warm up the spine a little bit. This is one of my favorites, and it's great for spine health and just circulation in your spine, and it's called cat-cow. If you already know it, you can take it away. Otherwise, on an inhale, we're going to drop our lower ribs, lift the tail, lift your chest, look forward, really feel that stretch in the front body, and we are in cow pose. Now on your exhale, you're going to reverse it. So you're going to tuck your head, tuck your tail, round through the spine, arch your back up, the black Halloween cat, and we are in cat pose. So on the inhale, we'll drop down into cow. Exhale, rounding up into cat. Go ahead and do a few more just on your own inhales and exhales. And we'll go ahead and do one more together. So inhale, coming into cow, feeling that nice big stretch. Exhale, coming into cat. Then we'll return to our nice tabletop position. From here, you'll tuck your toes under, and we're going to go into a little bit of a child's pose variation. So with your toes tucked, go ahead and reach your hips back towards your heels. Walk your hands forward. You can melt your head and your heart towards the mat and feel that nice big stretch in your feet. And just breathe here. You may also feel a nice big stretch in your chest and in your armpits. Breathe through it. One more big inhale here. Exhale, maybe sigh it out. All right, from here, keep your toes tucked. Go ahead and rise back up. And then just make sure your hands are about one handprint. So if they were under your shoulders, go walk them forward. Mine were really far out, so I had to move mine back actually. So just adjust your hands, and we're gonna go up into a downward facing dog. So inhale to prepare, and then on your exhale, go ahead and push through the feet, lift up through the hips, straighten through the legs, shift your weight back. And we are now in a downward facing dog. You might want to take your dog for a walk by bending one knee and then the other. Keep breathing here. And once you've had enough of that, go ahead and bring it to stillness. Really feel the weight tugging down through the heels. That energy rising up from the hands, sliding down the back body. One more big inhale here. And then exhale again, maybe sigh it out. Now on your next inhale, go ahead and look forward. We're going to make our way up to the top of the mat. So you can walk. I'm going to take little baby steps up to the top. Just to get myself there, you can take one big step or a couple big steps or even a hop. And once you're at the top of your mat, on your next inhale, we're going to come up halfway. Keep a nice flat back here. Exhale, go ahead and let it go. Feel a nice stretch in your back body, in your hamstrings. Make sure your knees aren't locking out, so a nice gentle bend here. If your hands don't come to the mat, this is where you can use your blocks to bring the ground up to you. Or if you don't have blocks, anything around the house that you have that can bring the ground up to you is fine too. Or you can always just keep your hands on your shins or even your thighs, depending on your flexibility. The other option is you can bend your knees more generously. You'll feel a bigger stretch in your back body or in the lower back. The more bent your knees are, the straighter they are, the more you're going to feel it in your hamstrings. And then from here, just breathe. One more big inhale. Exhale, let it go. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly roll all the way up to a standing position. You can fix your clothing if you need to. Fix your hair, get any wiggles out. And then when you're ready, bring it into stillness. You can roll your shoulders up, back and down, chest nice and lifted, slight bend in the knee, and we're going to stand forward in our strong, tall mountain pose, really feeling grounded here. And then just breathe. Now, we're going to go in and out of forward fold here for a moment. So the first time I'll go a little bit slower, but then we'll go through it a couple more times. I won't talk, so you'll do it on your own breath. So this first time I'll call it out. The next 2 times you'll do it on your own breath. So follow along with me here. We're gonna flow just a little bit. On an inhale, we're gonna raise our arms up to the sky, coming into a nice big volcano pose. Exhale, go ahead and slight bend in the knee, shift your hips back, and we're going to dive down into our forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Right, on your next inhale, we're gonna rise all the way up to standing. Hands reach up above, and then on the exhale, we're gonna float back down into our forward fold. So go ahead and do this on your own breath, another 2 times. And after your third forward fold, instead of coming all the way up, just pause here. Take a couple breaths here, just hanging out in forward fold. One more big inhale here. Just giving everyone a chance to catch up and to go at their own pace. So I think everyone should be here now. We're going to step our right foot back. Go ahead and lower down onto your knee, your right knee. We're going to keep our left knee forward. Now we're coming into a low lunge. This left knee should be at a nice 90-degree angle, so you don't really want to push it too far in or have it too far back. So a nice 90-degree angle. When you look down, you should be able to see your big toe. If you can't see your big toe, push that knee out towards the outer edge so you can. You can untuck the toe or your right foot if you'd like, just so you have more stability. Really press into the top of that foot. And then go ahead and make sure your chest is nice and lifted. Look forward. You can come off the hands. You can use blocks here if you'd like. Pull that left hip crease back, right hip crease forward. Look forward, breathe. And then when you're ready, we're going to shift the hips back. Go ahead and take that left knee back, and we're going to come back to a tabletop position. From here, reach your left foot back. Keep your toes dialed down. Go ahead and reach your right hand forward like you're shaking someone's hand. And try to keep a nice straight line with your back. And breathe. One more big inhale here, really stretch. And then exhale, go ahead and return to that tabletop position. All right, walk your hands out just slightly. We'll tuck our toes under. Inhale to prepare. And then exhale, we'll come up into our downward facing dog once again and breathe. One more big inhale here. Exhale, let it go. All right, from here, make sure your left foot is firmly planted into the mat. We'll lift our right foot leg up. Keep your toes dialed down. Exhale, bend the knee. Bring it in towards your chest. Shift forward, look forward. We'll step our right foot in between our hands. Go ahead and lower onto that left foot. Toes tucked or untucked. And now we are in our nice low lunge on the right side. Go ahead and make sure that your base is all set up correctly so that 90-degree angle, you can see your big toe, chest lifted, grab any props that you need. And breathe. Pull that right hip crease back. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, we're going to slide that right leg back, coming back to all fours. All right. This time, we're going to send our right foot out. Keep your toes dialed down. Oh, I don't want to hit that cactus. That cactus is really spiky. I don't want that in my foot. All right. We'll reach our left hand forward like we're shaking someone's hand. And breathe. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, we'll return it back to center. Go ahead and walk your hands out once again. Inhale to prepare, and then exhale, we'll lift our hips up and back, downward facing dog. And breathe. Sigh it out. You can shake your head and neck, yes or no, or side to side, just to shake out the neck. On your next inhale, go ahead and look forward at your hands once again. We're going to make our way up to the top of the mat. So again, you can step, hop, jump, float, however you'd like to get there. And once you're there, inhale, come up halfway flat back. Exhale, let it go. And breathe. One more big inhale here. And on that exhale, we're going to go ahead and roll it all the way back up to our mountain pose. So go ahead and come to your standing position. Make any adjustments before you get there. And then once you're there, we'll stand up nice and straight and tall, feet facing forward, and breathe. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and turn to the long edge of your mat if you're not already. And we're going to bring our feet out pretty wide. We're going to go into a wide-legged forward fold. So bring your legs out. You can angle your toes slightly in if you'd like. Inhale to prepare. Bring your hands to your hips. And then exhale. Keep, again, a slight bend in the knee. Try and keep your back nice and flat as you hinge forward. So once you get halfway, stop there. Take a breath. And then when you exhale, lower all the way back down. You can slide your hands on the outside of your legs. And then once you're here, you can bring your hands to the mat. Now, if your hands don't reach the mat, again, you can use blocks or anything else you have around the house to bring the floor up to you. And there's different settings. Or you can come up on your fingertips, or you can just kind of stay in this half forward fold. Now, if your hands are able to come to the mat, maybe try and walk them back to meet the arches of your foot, bringing your head closer to the ground. But if not, just stay where it feels good to you. Just breathe here. This is a nice, big, calming and cooling pose. One more big inhale here. And then on your exhale, go ahead and slowly start to come back up. Try and keep a nice flat back. Really engage your core as you rise up. Push through those feet. And then we'll come up to our standing posture. Stay here for a moment. Feel that rush of energy moving through you. And then when you're ready, we'll stretch one arm out really long and then your other arm out really long, coming into a 5-point star or star pose. Really press into the edges of your feet. Really stretch your arms out. Feel that nice opening in your front body, in your chest, and your arms. This is also actually a little confidence booster. Make sure your tailbone is tucking down. It's not like shooting out. Nice tuck in it. Breathe. Reach, stretch. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, you can float the arms down. You can heel toe the feet back together. And today we're going to end in our nice, strong mountain pose. Sometimes I like to end standing just so if you need to do other things and you're not just going to rest, this is perfect. Since we are ending there today, you can stay in that mountain pose if you like, or you can come to a seat. I'm going to come up here and have a little chat just slightly for a moment. I did pull a card for today's practice, and it's a pretty good one. I like this one. It is Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. Buffalo Spirit comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifesting power of gratitude and the extraordinary potential available to you when you adopt a mindset of abundance. The ancient people of the Americas saw the buffalo as a symbol of abundance because the herds roamed far and wide and provided so many gifts: the meat, the hide, the bones. The tribes who hunted the buffalo used every bit of them, wasting nothing, appreciative of the abundance. I don't know if you just saw that little sneak take that lantern and run away, but he did. All right, so too do you have many gifts available to you. Buffalo Spirit appears to let you know that you are in a powerful time to manifest your desires, not by force or pushing, but rather by following a natural path that rises up before you, trusting that there is always plenty to go around, whether it be love, money, inspiration, or support. It's all there for you to claim. When you are grateful, you immediately align yourself with the truth that the world is rich and teeming with resources. There is always more than enough, and you are always enough. At this time, you can expect all of your intentions and needs to come into a form that is right for you. Your heartfelt gratitude is making you a magnet for miracles. Buffalo Spirit's message is to remember that you co-create your reality in partnership with Spirit. So offer up your thanks and your prayers even before you can see conditions you desire, not just for yourself, but for others too. Then you will quickly see the results in tangible ways. Gratitude has the magic to grow the good. So offer thanks and praise as you acknowledge all that you have and all that is possible. Thought that was a great message for May. So I am wishing you so much abundance and joy and happiness for this month. Thank you again so much for joining me for today's practice. If you enjoyed it, on my Patreon channel, every week I release a new yoga class, flow, whatever you want to call it, that is available to you, in addition to all of the past classes that I've recorded. So it's a whole library of them. They're all different lengths. They all focus on different things. So if you're interested in that, you can click the link below and go to my Patreon channel there to where you can sign up. There is a 7-day free trial if you're interested. Otherwise, I will be back next month with a new practice for June. If you like this practice, please make sure to hit the like button before you go. You can also click subscribe. That way you get notified anytime I upload a new class. And if you know someone that you think would enjoy this practice or would benefit from it, I would be so appreciative if you would send this on to them. So again, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you next week. Have a great month otherwise, and namaste.